The Moonlit Escape. Chapter 1: The Serene Escape. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled at the foot of a majestic mountain range, lived three best friends named Alex, Sarah, and Mark. They were inseparable and always looking for thrilling adventures. One sunny summer day, they decided to embark on a camping trip to the beautiful mountainside of the country. Excitement filled the air as they packed their tents, sleeping bags, and a backpack full of supplies. They set off on their journey, ready to explore the wonders of nature. The sun was shining brightly, and the birds were singing harmoniously as they hiked deeper into the lush green forest. After a few hours of hiking, they finally reached a picturesque clearing surrounded by tall trees. It was the perfect spot for their campsite. They set up their tents, gathered firewood, and prepared a delicious meal over the crackling fire. As the sun began to set, they shared stories and laughed together, cherishing the peacefulness of the wilderness. Under the starry sky, they marveled at the beauty of nature. The moon shone brightly, casting a gentle glow over the campsite. Little did they know that this serene atmosphere was about to be shattered. Chapter 2: The Midnight Menace. As the night sky blanketed the campsite, the moon took center stage, illuminating the surroundings with an ethereal glow. The once calm atmosphere suddenly changed. Strange and unsettling sounds started echoing through the trees, making the friends shiver with fear. "What was that?" Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. "I'm not sure," Mark replied, trying to stay calm. "Maybe it's just some nocturnal animals." But deep down, they all knew something was not right. The sounds grew louder and more distinct, resembling howls and growls. Fear gripped their hearts as they realized they were not alone in the forest. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from the bushes nearby. Their hearts raced as they saw pairs of glowing eyes staring at them. They exchanged terrified glances, realizing they were surrounded by creatures they had only heard about in legends, werewolves. Paralyzed with fear, they watched as the werewolves emerged from the shadows, their eyes filled with hunger and menace. The friends knew they had to act quickly if they wanted to survive. With trembling hands, they grabbed whatever they could find as makeshift weapons, sticks, rocks, and even a pocket knife. They stood back to back, forming a protective circle. The werewolves circled them, their growls growing louder and more aggressive. Alex, Sarah, and Mark knew they had to make a run for it, but they needed a plan. Chapter 3: The Desperate Escape. Panic set in as the friends realized the danger they were in. They knew they had to find a way out of the forest and back to safety. With adrenaline coursing through their veins, they made a split-second decision to make a dash for it. They sprinted through the dense forest, branches scratching their skin and leaves crunching beneath their feet. The werewolves pursued them, their haunting howls echoing through the night. Fear fueled their every step as they navigated through the unfamiliar terrain. As they ran, Mark spotted a narrow path leading upwards. With no time to waste, they followed it, hoping it would lead them out of the forest. The path grew steeper and more treacherous, but they pressed on, their determination overpowering their exhaustion. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they raced against time. The moon's glow guided their way, illuminating the path ahead. The werewolves were relentless in their pursuit, their snarls growing louder with each passing moment. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they emerged from the dense forest. Gasping for breath, they stood at the edge of a cliff overlooking the town they called home. Relief washed over them as they realized they were safe at last. With their hearts still pounding, the friends made their way back to the town, vowing never to venture into that forest again. They shared their harrowing tale with the townsfolk, warning them of the dangerous creatures lurking in the shadows. From that day forward, Alex, Sarah, and Mark cherished their friendship even more, grateful to have each other to rely on during their terrifying ordeal. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they would always find the strength to overcome them, together. And as for the forest full of werewolves, it remains a haunting memory, a reminder of the power of friendship and the strength of the human spirit.